It's finally time. For years I've been teasing it, and from the messages, the comments, the DMs, everybody's been asking me, what's in the sim? Well, welcome to Triple Bogey Studio, my home, my office, my dream build, and the beating heart of Triple Bogey Golf. All right, y'all, it's go time. Let's take a tour. When I started this, I had no idea what I was getting into. I just wanted a space where I could hit golf balls year round. And then, well, like any good project, it turned into a full out golf simulator command center. Every single piece of this build was planned, designed, and built by me, from the custom framing to the cables. I even did 3D renderings. We did the turf, the foam base underneath the surface. I built it all from the ground up. Super proud of it, and I can't wait to show off all of its features. And yes, as you can see, I'm in my garage. I walk out of the house over there, we come down, we can either enter through the double doors or we can enter through the side door that we've created over here. If people are hitting me, I like to lock those and come in the other way. That space back there, I basically had about a 42 by 22 foot garage space that went back another 20 by 20 feet. And what I've done is added a custom wall starting from about where that ladder is all the way over to this corner. And that back 20 by 20 space has become my sim. You'll see the shelving up above. That's all the stuff we used to store back there. Golf clubs, Halloween decorations, Christmas, you name it. We've got the fridge, freezer, tool bench over here on the side. And if you can't get into the sim, or you're wondering what's happening in the sim, or if we open up these double doors for when we have guests or parties, we open up all the doors and make this whole garage space a space to hang out. You can always see what's going on in the sim by looking on this monitor over here. This will show you whether there's gameplay, a live stream, maybe a TV program, football game, something like that. But this is kind of a cool feature where anything going on in the sim can be seen from outside the sim.
Before we look at what's in the sim, let's talk about the build. It took months of planning, over a year of building, and quite a few triple bogeys along the way. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below what you love the most about my sim, or if you have any questions you want me to answer. And remember, if you want to skip ahead to see what's in the sim, there's chapters all over this video so you can find your way to exactly what you're looking for. So as far as my build goes, it's in my garage. We've got a L-shaped garage that is 12-foot ceilings, and it's about 3.5 stalls wide, and the back area was 20 by 20. It was perfect for garage simulator. I wanted to put a wall up so that I could heat and cool this area and have a nice space to play golf. We mainly use this for storage, and one day I said, hey, for the kids, we got to make this a sim. So I went into SketchUp, I started drawing, I measured out everything, and I got all my components, how everything would fit. I even drew it in about a dozen different ways to make sure that this was the way we wanted it to go. We then started building. I framed up that wall. I did an offset stud to reduce the sound, and it worked really well. I decided to go with a double door so that the doors could swing all the way open and we could utilize the whole garage later if we wanted. I also lined up my sim on the center line of that door, so the Rapsodo M12 Pro would come straight off that door. At this time, we still just had a hitting net, and I was starting to get some sheetrock on, but it started to feel like a sim. This was early spring. We started this in January, right around the Super Bowl. The kids love to just come out in this room with the heater on and play. As we got into early spring and summer, I started to get drywall up. We did all of the mud, the tape, the texture ourselves. I had to cover up an attic there. Had a lot of help from my dad, which was great. And the room was really starting to come together. We had a little heater in the room. We had a little air conditioner in the room. The door finally came and we could get the plastic off. I added the little shelves on the back wall for storage to hold things for the sim and otherwise, and we started the tape and texture. That white spot you see, I wired in a spot for a mini split, although I didn't have it yet. For now, we were just using a window AC, which was a little bit loud, and eventually I knew I would get to the mini split, but the expense of it, and it wasn't that hot in summer yet. For the flooring, I went with EVA tiles with a rubber top. We covered the entire floor. It really deadened the echo and the sound. Worked really well. Got them on Amazon. We'll link them below. For the floorboard, I used MDF and I actually cut my own floorboard and trim, and we put all that in the white trim with the iron ore walls. Eventually, the ceiling would be all black. the back wall did stay a light gray color. You can see here, all we had in the sim at this point, this was midsummer, was a birdie ball mat and my office chairs and command center, as we call it. This is some great stuff. I had some video that I was looking back, made me laugh. This is my son, 3 years old. Watch him stomp his foot. He's just upset that he can't make it. I just had to throw these in there. Hopefully he hangs on to that putter when he gets a little older. Here we were midsummer. It was getting hot. I finally got the mini split. I did install it myself, all DIY. I got the link down below for you guys in the description if you want to do that. So at this point, we've got the doors on, we've got the mini split, and we finally purchased our screen. This was August of the year that I started the build. So for me, this is about an 8-month process of both saving money and just chipping away at it. You can see I've got a projector on the back. That was a cheap one off Facebook when I started. And we have a hitting screen. I still had no launch monitor. I had not bought my launch monitor yet. But very soon in September, we would get to that. So for a little while, we were just, instead of hitting into our net, we were hitting into a screen. Now at this point, I finally got my MLM2 Pro. This was September of that year. And we were hitting off of kind of a basic mat from a sporting goods store. One thing I found with that mat was it wore out my elbows. It gave me a bunch of joint pain. So I knew eventually I would have to upgrade. And, you know, that is eventually what we did. We are now in the GSPro Softy. You can see I finished the border of the frame off for the hitting screen using the gutter foam from Home Depot. And we had an MLM2 Pro that I magnet to the back wall of my sim. And there's my son playing Operation 36. So at this point, we are coming up on 1 year into the build. This is the fall, and I started it in early spring, February of the year before. We actually reached another Super Bowl. So we are 1 year later at this point. We've got another Super Bowl. I'm getting rid of these old thin mats, our old net, and we've got the EVA tile rubber flooring, but I now have my GSPro Softy mat. So we're getting closer. We've got the GSPro Softy mat. It's good on our joints. I actually upgraded projectors on Facebook to an Optima 1080. And it was getting better and better. You can see me just chipping away at this sim. Eventually, I got the money putt turf, and I put the foam flooring underneath it. You can check out my flooring video on how to do this. We added the spotlight, and we had putting in the room, along with a level floor that went across the whole thing. And it was just awesome. I couldn't believe we'd gotten it to this point. The shelf up above holds well. I put some club hangers on the wall, and we just magnet our MLM2 Pro at this time to the back wall. We had a 2.5 inch or 2 inch lip there, and we would use the MLM2 Pro to play sim golf. It was honestly just so much fun building this. I can't tell you, it's kind of the joy of building a sim if you haven't done it. Eating away, getting new things, constantly upgrading was just a blast. This is exactly where I was the moment I found out Scotty Scheffler was in prison. Jail. There's my son. We've got the shank curtain up now. Our sim is almost complete. We've done some upgrades since then. We've got an upgraded projector. We've got the floor projection. You can find that video. And we've even upgraded our launch monitor to the Pro TV X. We've got many other that we test on the channel. If you have questions, put them down in the comments down below. My links will be down there for the products that are used. If you use them, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you love this video. Stay tuned, because what's next is the full walkthrough of everything that's currently in my sim.
Let's go in and take a look at everything. All right, so the walls and the ceiling are an iron ore color, nearly black. It is part performance lab, part man cave, part home theater room. We'll watch a movie in here occasionally. And the flooring is finished off with Grass Tex Money Putt turf that transitions smoothly onto my hitting mat. Check out my game-changing flooring video for how to do that. And we've got the white pine border. I really think it makes the turf sort of pop and stand out. Back here in the corner, we've got some cool trinkets. I'll do some B-roll. We'll zoom in on those. But we've got things like Fortnite, my Hazeltine visit to the Ryder Cup, the UFC 200, Ninja Turtles, Emmett Smith, all my favorite things. And up top here, we've got some accolades, maybe a trophy or two we won over the years, some favorite putters, some gifts from fans. Just some really cool stuff from my supporters that kind of just make the room feel like home. Okay, so we'll start with the main attraction, the hitting bay. And so for my screen, I've got the SketchUp Premium 12 foot by 9 foot impact screen. I've got that attached to a custom attachment system where I've done wall anchors on the side, wall anchors on the top, anchors on the floor. And on the left-hand side, we've got a galvanized pole over here. And I've wrapped that cleanly with the gutter foam wedges. Those you can get at Home Depot. I'll put the links for all this stuff in the description down below. So go ahead and check it out. On the side here, people often ask me, what about your computer system? Aren't you deathly afraid someone's going to shank a ball into one of your computers? Well, I did build a rail system over here where we can grab the curtain and pull this out for any of you nervous Nellies to make you a little bit more at ease or bring you a little bit more comfort when you are here in Triple Bogey Studio playing golf, worried about the computers. I call that the shank curtain, and it prevents any damage from happening to the command center. And at the heart of it all, I've got the SketchUp Softy 4x7 hitting mat. This is a soft hitting mat that saved my joints, cured my tennis elbow. We've got the SketchUp Softy hitting strip. These strips I replace about once a year. We're currently over a year on this strip. Got a few wear marks in it, but what I do to save some time is I'll hit on one side and then we'll flip the strip and I'll hit on the other. And hopefully we can get maybe a year and a half out of this one. But SketchUp Softy hitting strip, absolutely love this mat. It is one of the most underrated features of a golf sim is what hitting strip or what hitting mat are you hitting off of to save the joints and wear and tear on your body. All right, and this is where things start to get fun for me. We've got the command center. This is where we've got the Go XLR audio mixer. This can do everything from change voices to route audio to different places in the room. I've got the Shure microphone on the custom Ultima mic stand. We've got 4 screens that hook to the one computer, 1 screen that's hooking to the streaming PC. Both PCs are running RTX 3090s, custom built. We've got lights, the cameras, a little bit of indoor-outdoor weather control. This is where it all happens. This is where we make the entire operation run. I can send any one of these sources to any screen inside the room, even the screens outside the room. Yes, the neighbors can see what's happening here if they're in my garage. Let's be real. But it's an awesome feature of my room, probably my favorite part. The tech in here is what Triple Bogey Studio is built around, and I absolutely love tech. And for filming and streaming, I've got a Sony D750 DSLR with a 35mm Nikkor lens. And over here on the streaming side, I've got a Sony EV10 camera on a fixed mount. And back in the corners of the room, I've got some point tilt zoom Avercam 520s. And those give me the ability to zoom around the room and do some different things. So the camera setup here in the studio is kind of the ultimate setup. And we've got OBS as our control center to switch between camera to camera while you guys are watching my YouTube videos and my live streams. For visuals, we're running 2 projectors here. We've got the Epson L630 SU, and that is a 1080p, 6,000 lumen projector, ultra bright. It allows me to have it running during the daytime, and we can see this thing clear in the day or in the night. I can have all the lights on, bright in here for streaming. I really wanted a projector that gave me maximum brightness. The only thing I might change is in the future, maybe there'll be a video where we upgrade to 4K. For the floor projection, we've got an old projector. It's a 2004 NEC VT465. You can find them for less than $50, but it does a heck of a job. It is a long throw. We have 12-foot ceiling height in here, so it throws down to the floor. Consider this like the Iron Man hub for golf simulation. This gives us everything from custom-shaped spotlights to data on your ball, instant replays on the floor. You can throw logos, alignment lines. Check out my floor projection video, link right here. You can do this in your house for free, and I've got the step-by-step guide. And as far as televisions and screens in the room go, we've got a vertical computer screen here, 2 55-inch Amazon Fire TVs. We've got all those hooked up to some HDMI switches and mirrors so that I can do anything from scoreboards on the vertical screen to live stream chat windows. Usually have GSPro, or the same thing we have on this screen is on the main projector. And this one usually carries the sporting event, whether it's NFL, Golf Channel, whatever it may be. I will, when I'm in here alone, I'll put the live stream up on there. This is the visitor's couch, and their screen is across the room. They've got a 65-inch TV to look at. And the home team, they've got the TV over here to look at. Sorry if I made you dizzy there. And outside the room, if we just take a walk outside the room, this little monitor out here can be used for the GSPro match. If we want to switch the input on this, we can get this to also show the same sporting event that we have on the inside of the sim room. So depending on what we have going on in the room, this TV can show what's on for GSPro for golf, or it can show the same thing as far as sports go. All right, and for launch monitor tech and sensors, we've got everything from the Pro TV X to webcam putting sensor to the Unicore iMini, the Square golf launch monitor. I've got the Rapsodo MLM2 Pro. We have the Nova by Open Launch. We just try to test different launch monitors here in the studio so that I can give you guys better insight on what might fit best for you, and I can help you troubleshoot should something come up. So check out the channel for those kinds of videos, side-by-side comparisons, troubleshooting information, tech updates, and more. Yeah, and it's not all about performance in the Triple Bogey Studio. We've also got some comfort with climate control from the Senville Aura mini split. I'll put the link down below. And this gives me heating and cooling, so whether it's 90 degrees in the summer or 0 degrees in our upcoming winter, we stay comfortable here in the Triple Bogey Studio. So we can still go low, we can watch movies, hang out with our buddies, and we've got a nice climate controlled space. So must-have accessories. A couple other things I've got in the room that are pretty cool would be this club holder, and this is made by my Scramble partner, BZ, or East Carolina Woodworks on YouTube. Check him out. This club holder is incredible. Holds all your clubs in an upright position. You can see it on the back wall now over there. I've been down, and we'll get you some close-ups of that. I've also got the Brain Box by Springbok, and the Brain Box is a GSPro control box, so you can hit these buttons and it affects the game. You no longer have to walk over to your keyboard and mouse to make things happen in your GSPro game. 2 must-have accessories in your sim. And the last and final, I would say, would be the Cibo T system, which is a tethered T system for your floor mat. Check out my channel for individual videos on those products, but those are some must-have accessories I've got here in the sim. Well, Triple Bogey Golf started as a guy that shoots 75, 78 with a triple or 2, but over time, it turned into something bigger. It became a reminder to kind of learn and to laugh and to keep swinging even when things go bad. You know, when golf gives you triples, remember the birdies. Now we built a community, a Discord, a YouTube, the Simulator Golf Tour League. We're on TikTok now. It is a family of people who love this game as much as I do. And this studio, well, it's kind of the hub for it all. And what's wild is this is still the beginning. I've got some new tech, new collabs, new experiments, some wild kind of fun things that we're going to be able to do with the Simulator Golf Tour League. And I can't wait for what's to come. We've got videos on floor projection, webcam putting, live stream events where we play with other people. And I just can't wait to see where this goes. And every time I step in this room, I can't help but wonder what's going to be next. Well, so that's it. That's the full tour of the Triples Happen studio. And if you've watched this far, I just want to say sincerely, thank you. Every subscriber, every comment, every Triples Happen I get in the chat during one of my live streams, you guys are the reason that this place exists. So whether you're building your own sim, you're dreaming of one, or you're just here for the chaos, welcome to Triple Bogey Golf. And remember, when golf gives you triples, don't forget about those birdies. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.